guys, so today we're gonna talk about technology. Later on, we're gonna show you an essay that will talk about the advantages and disadvantages of technology. But before that, we're gonna show you a graphic organizer that will summarize everything about technology. Are you ready? Let's get started. So this is a graphic organizer of technology. So technology has two parts, shall I say, the advantages and disadvantages. So one of the advantages of technology is it gives us comfort. It makes us comfortable. But the disadvantages of it, millennials tend to not play outdoor activities, and every one of us gets lazy and depend too much on technology.
For you to be able to create a perfect essay, you need to follow these stages. First, pick a topic. Second, create an outline or diagram of your ideas. Create introduction, your body, and then your conclusion. And then after all of those, you need to add finishing touches also. Have you ever wondered about why something happens? About why is our sky blue? Or why is our planet round? Or why does our stomach hurts? The answers to these questions are specific reasons that led to their occurrence, also known as cause. So if the cause is the why, then the effect is the what. The effect is an event that happens because of the cause. If you ever ask yourself a question that starts with, what will happen if I do something like this? Then you are questioning the effects of your action. I'm gonna read to you once again the essay, its introduction, its body, and its conclusion. Human is a rational being. We tend to discover and make things, which can help us in every way possible, and according to Albert Hubbard, one machine can do the work of 50 ordinary men, but no machine can do the work of one extraordinary man. It means that even a single machine can do almost everything, it still can't be an equivalent of every human being. Technology plays a big role in our society nowadays. It makes our lives easier and more comfortable. Today's generation relies too much on technological advancements. Different high-tech gadgets like smartphones, laptops, and tablets are being used for school and for leisure times. But despite all the things it may help us, there's also negative effects which, when using these gadgets, especially when not used properly. First, people tend to be lazy because they think that technology is always there to do the work for them. Second, millennials don't play outdoors anymore, but instead, they spend most of their time inside the house, lock their room, and play all day long. Therefore, there's a positive and negative effects of technologies in our daily lives. We should value the positive effects of the technologies and avoid getting into the negative side of it. Even though it makes our work easier and comfortable, let us put in our mind the possible effects of it, and according to R. Buckminster Fuller, an inventor and author, humanity is acquiring all the right technology for all the wrong reasons. So that is our essay that came from our graphic organizer earlier. So we will apply the stages of writing that I have discussed to you earlier in making our cause and effect essay. So the first thing that we're going to do is pick our topic. So the topic that we're going to use is about technological advancements. After that, we're going to prepare an outline or diagram or the main idea of that particular subject, which is the advantages and disadvantages of technological advancements, that later on we're gonna flash here our essay. So after that, we're going to have our introduction. So it goes this way. Human is a rational being. We tend to discover and make things, which can help us in every way possible, and according to Albert Hubbard, one machine can do the work of 50 ordinary men, but no machine can do the work of one extraordinary man. It means that even a single machine can do almost everything, it still can't be an equivalent of every human being. So, to that particular text or paragraph that I have told you, it shows code, right? So, going back to the definition of introduction that I have told you earlier, it shows summary, it shows story, or sometimes it shows dialogue or code. So we've presented code to you. Next is presenting the body. So it goes this way. Technology plays a big role in our society nowadays. It makes our lives easier and more comfortable. Today's generation relies too much on technological advancements. Different high-tech gadgets like smartphones, laptops, and tablets are being used for school and for leisure time. But despite all the things that may help us, there is also negative effects when using these gadgets, especially when not used properly. First, people tend to be lazy because they think the technology is always there to do the work for them. Second, millennials don't play outdoors anymore, but instead, they spend much of their time inside the house, lock their room, and play all day long. So, in writing the body paragraph will have the same basic structure. Begin by writing one of your main ideas. And our main idea is about the disadvantages and advantages of using technological advancements. And now we're down to the last part of making our essay, which is the conclusion. And it goes this way. Therefore, there's a positive and negative effects of technologies in our daily lives. We should value the positive effects of the technologies and avoid getting into the negative side of it. Even though it makes our work easier and comfortable, let us put in our mind that the possible effects of it, and according to Buckminster, an inventor and an author, humanity is acquiring all the right technology for all the wrong reasons. So, the summary or the conclusion summarize everything in the preceding paragraphs.
So now, we're gonna pinpoint where's the cause in this essay and where's the effect. So our cause here is the technological advancement that modern world has gave us. Technology. And the effect of it, there's two effects, the positive effect and the negative effect. So the positive of it, it gives us comfort. It makes our lives easier and more comfortable. And the negative effect of it is people tend to be lazy because they think that technology is always there to do the work for them. And another one is millennials don't play outdoors anymore, but instead they spend most of their time inside the house, lock their room, and play all day long.
Hello again. So another topic will be discussed to you, which is the comparison and contrast. And later on, again, we're going to show you an essay tackling about it. But before that, we're going to show you a graphic organizer that will sum up again what's inside that particular. Here in this graphic organizer, you can see two circles that contain so it's all about communication method, the traditional and the modern communication. So in traditional, we have letters. It has slow communication and it includes sending memos to officers, for example. And in modern communication method, we have emails, we have voice and it has fast communication. But comparing the two, what's the similar thing about them is in today's generation and together with the previous generation, we also use mobile phones.
For us to be able to create a particular essay or a text, we should follow several stages in writing essays. So number one is pick a topic. So the chosen topic, as what we have seen in our graphic organizer earlier, is about the communication method. So next, after picking up the topic, is preparing an outline a diagram or choosing the main ideas of that, which is the traditional communication method and the modern communication method. After that, we're now ready to write our introduction. So later on, we're gonna show you what's our final introduction. Next is writing the body or the main point of your essay. And next is a conclusion. The conclusion summarizes everything in your essay. So now, let's start reading our essay.
Before the advent of computers and modern technology, people communicating over long distances used traditional means such as letters and the telephone. Nowadays, we have a vast array of communication tools which can complete this task, ranging from email to instant messaging and video calls. While the present and previous means of communications are similar in their general form, they differ in regard to their speed and the range of tools available. One similarity between current and previous methods of communication relates to the form of communication. In the past, both written forms such as letter were frequently used, such as telephone calls. Similarly, people nowadays use both of these forms. Just as in the past, written forms of communication are prevalent. For example, via email and text messaging. In addition, oral forms are still used, including the telephone, mobile phone, and voice messages via instant messaging service. However, there are clearly many differences in the way we communicate over long distances, the most notable of which is speed. This is most evident in relation to written forms of communication. In the past, letters would take days to arrive at their destination. In contrast, an email arrives almost instantaneously and can be read seconds after it was sent. In the past, if it was necessary to send a short message, for example at work, a memo could be passed around the office, which would take some time to circulate. This is different from the current situation in which a text message can be sent immediately. When I review the essay, let us first know the comparison and contrast all about, and differences and what's the topic all about.
So hi guys, our next topic for today is about compare and contrast. Comparing and contrasting are ways of exploring the similarities and differences between things. This too is often used as a development strategy for essay assignments. But it is also a helpful strategy for any decisions you have to make. So, when you are comparing, you only show the similarities of things you compare. While, if you are contrasting, you only show the differences between two things that are related in some way.
So the similar thing about communication method is people nowadays use both of these. Just in the past, written forms of communication were prevalent, for example, via email and text messaging. In addition, oral forms are still used, including the telephone. We are still using the telephone nowadays, which have been used in previous generations. We are still using in this essay is in the conclusion part, which are the differences in a way we communicate over long distances. In the past, it is very slow in terms of sending messages. But nowadays, in modern communication